And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with the show that not only finishes unfinished business, but is able to bring madness to you in the middle of the night, only known as Under the Radar. And the unfinished business that we're talking about, folks, is the fact that we were able to get the game 1 for our birthday. So, like we said before on Music Village this past week, we will try to beat that game before next year. But before we give you any further details of what sort of crazy madness we were able to do in that, I think it's time for us to check out some screenshots and whatnots from the Twitterverse from this past weekend for another edition of the Four Squared Delight. And the first screenshot that we have up, and Maestro should have gotten a drum roll machine for this one, because the first game we have up comes from the Twitter page of Stencil Sketches with their game, A Work in Progress. And in this said work in progress features a girl taking on what appears to be a black duck, beating the living ever daylights out of it, throwing swords at it, and finishing it off with what appears to be a final flash from Dragon Ball Z. Seriously? And I got a feeling that's the reason why we got Adam Cole's finisher confused during the Survivor Series report, because that was the name of the move in Dragon Ball Z. His finisher was called The Last Shot. And I got a feeling it's the same thing for this duck that got blasted into oblivion. And speaking of Dragon Ball Z, folks, this game automatically reminds me of Dragon Ball Z with a little hint of Devil May Cry in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides doing a giant oversized mega beam to destroy half the planet to kill a poor duck that didn't do anything to her in the first place, they also give you an ability to improve your skills during this said game, like adding other different sort of weapons and fireballs that you can use to take out people in the game. Even though that a final flash is the end of everything, I think there's some room for her to improve on. Yeah. And besides ducks getting destroyed by beams made from Dragon Ball Z, the next game that we have up comes from the Twitter page of JordyJS with his said screenshot from the video game Arbiter. And this screenshot for this week that was provided to us shows him in a 2-on-1 match with two different dragons, and yes, Maestro, we are going to make a double dragon reference due to that, actually taking him on, grabbing one of the dragons and throwing him in the air, only to uppercut one of them, take on the other dragon, hitting him with a lightning hit combination, and then slamming that dragon to the ground, turning him into a flying dragon behind him, only to finish off the other dragon by throwing him away again, and then killing him with a lightning hit combo just almost the same as the first one. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. And this game automatically reminds us of the Tales series. Yeah, with combinations like that, definitely reminds us of anything from the Tales series. So here's hoping in the near future, just like in any of the Tales series games, he has an ultimate attack that he can use when he reaches a certain combination to truly finish off his opponent in the best way possible. And I got a feeling he probably does, knowing this guy. And besides Dragon Slayers, folks, the next screenshot that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Sky Pirate Radio. Nice Twitter name, by the way, with their screenshot from the video game Blazing Barrels. And according to the Maestro, we talked about this game on the show before, but like we say here all the time, folks, it never fails or never hurts to mention the game on this show more than once. And the screenshot that they provided for this week features a woman of sorts being attacked by a crow, and the crow trying to swoop down and attack her on multiple angles and times, only for the woman to take out a stick of dynamite on his last diving adventure, and throw it at the crow, killing it instantly, turning it into a ball of feathers, and then picking up money that the crow dropped. How did the crow have money? And this game with the screenshot that they had automatically reminds me of not only Blazing Saddles with a little hint of Sunset Riders in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides having the ability of dynamite, they also give you, I don't know, let's see here, ability to actually use a rifle to take out the said crow as well, and maybe a 6-shooter if dynamite fails. And Maestro's give me that look that dynamite doesn't fail, especially with the fact of how you throw it. But hey, it might not be lit or it may be a dud, so a gun as a backup just in case you throw it just to shoot it in the air would be a good way to make up for it, just in case. And the next game that we have up comes from the Twitter page of Simon Jacobson 1 with his said screenshot from the video game Vessels of Decay. And the screenshot that they provided for this week shows a spider arachnid woman taking on a guy on a bridge, keeping him at bay by not only using her pincers to try to actually poke at him, but doing a, I guess, thrust toward the ground, doing an energy wave attack, keeping him in place and also causing waves throughout the world, causing the flowers to whip back and forth. And not to mention her prior victims all over the place with a set of skeletons that are around this guy who's standing on the bridge. And this game automatically reminds me of an 8-bit version of Champions of Norath Return to Arms, because they also have spider-like characters in that game just like this one. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, with how dangerous the Spider Queen is, that they give you, I guess, magic abilities to try to take it out, or a longer sword so you can reach it from a distance. Because there's no way I'm getting anywhere near that spider so it can wrap me up and take me away in the trees. That's the last thing I want out of life, especially fighting against a spider. Ugh, that still gives me the creeps. And the last but not least game that we have up for this week, besides a giant oversized spider that I wish I could take out with a can of Raid, comes from the Twitter page of Mush Dev Studios with their game, Fuego. And this game, with the screenshot that they provided for this week, which features our hero running along a path, taking on alien invaders, only for him to get beamed up almost like an episode of Star Trek and shot backwards, and at the same time while all this is going on, trying to avoid laser blasts and trains that are trying to take him out at the same time too. And also would be able to try to take out the alien invader with the actual plus 200 score that he earned from trying to take the alien off its feet. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Space Invaders with a little hint of Robotron X in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future, just like in Robotron, you can get some form of special power to take out this alien creature once and for all, because I got a feeling you're gonna need something more than a score and a bubble beam to try to take this thing out. Maybe something along the lines of a ray gun of sorts, because, you know, jumping and attacking it is clearly not working. Yeah, just saying. And if you guys want to check out any other crazy screenshots that are making their way through the Twitterverse from this past weekend and beyond, you can head on over to the Twitter pages of not only OctoCurio, Oliver Snyder's, Indie Rhymes, Playing Indies, Shot_games, or even under the hashtag of Screenshot Saturday. And if you guys want to check out the screenshots that we liked for this week and get an interpretation of it for yourselves, you can head on over to our Twitter page, only known as the 00Agent0012, where the Maestro has decided to make a screenshot folder entitled Post-Birthday Screenshots. alright, I like it. And the fact that he put a birthday cake icon by it, not bad. Really wish you would have gave me an actual cake, but, I'll settle for this. Thank you. And with that said, folks, we might as well head back to this music, and when we return, we'll be back with another bone-breaking edition of the Wild World of Stuns right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.